My father's dead friend walked me home on Dia de los Muertos. I want to share this experience that happened to me around 15 years ago. When I started study in a town away from my parents' home, there was one man, let us call him Tony, which was a good friend of my father, helped him at work sometimes, hence, I hanged out with them usually. When I was 17, I moved to a bigger city to start university, so I traveled every 2 months to visit my parents for long weekends or vacations. After my second year away, this friend, Tony, died from alcohol abuse. My father told me on a phone call how did that happen, or at least how did he heard it happened. Around 2 months later, on Dia de Muertos, day of the death here on Mexico, I went to visit my parents, also to go and visit the tombs of the family as the traditions goes. And at this point I literally forgot about Tony's death. The apparition comes around because I did not catch the bus that arrives during the day to my parents' hometown, so I was forced to take one that arrives there around 2 a.m. It is quite a small town, so since I did not found any taxi near the bus station, I decided walk home. Around 5 blocks away from the house, I had to pass on a bridge where people say that a decapitated donkey spirit scares people during the night. I was a bit scared, to be honest, but then, suddenly this friend, Tony, reached me on his bike. I did not mention that he always moved on a bike, and asked me if I was just arriving from university. Maybe because I was originally thinking about the decapitated donkey, I completely forgot about the fact that Tony was supposed to be dead. So I started to talk to him also, and we walked passing the bridge and a couple more blocks, for around 4 or 5 minutes, talking about the school, the food on the other city, and stuff like that. Just 1 block away from my parents' house, he just told me, okay, I have to go check some things over here, pointing at another direction, but keep safe, say hello to your father for me. We said goodbye and then I got home. Since it was early morning, I walked directly into my room and waited to the next day to go and see my parents. It was until next morning, when I was just about to tell my father about Tony, that I remembered that he was already dead. At that moment I did not tell to my parents, but a bit later into the day my father told me that he saw me arriving. He asked me if I was drunk or something because he saw me talking to nobody. So then I told him, I think it was some kind of company on that bridge that I was afraid of because of the stories, and also because of that scare from the donkey story. I did not even pay attention to the fact that my company was someone I knew was already dead. It is kind of funny for me, and actually never felt afraid of that moment. So thanks to that old friend that was there with me even after death. Most alcoholics have super big hearts. The problem with them is that they care too much. This is so true. Often life has hurt them in so many ways it can make them bitter, but under it all is a huge bleeding heart. It is sad to see how life can break some of the truly sensitive ones. Wow, Tony was your guardian angel that night. Awesome story. I love this story so much. Thanks for sharing. That's wonderful that he came around to protect you from any negative energy on the bridge. What a lovely man. Tony sounds like that one family friend that is there for you. Via con Dios, Tony, we are going to need a PT too about the donkey spirit. That's amazing. What did your dad say when you told him? Now I want to know the donkey story too. Que bonita historia. El Dia de los Muertos es una celebración hermosa. What a wonderful story. Definitely sounds like Tony is one of your guardian spirits. I did say he was protecting you. What a lovely story. Thank you for sharing. I love this story. Also enraptured by the thought of a decapitated donkey spirit. Great story. Tony maybe did not like you walking alone at night. Great story. I'd love to hear more Dia de los Muertos stories if anyone has them. I love this. May I narrate this story on my YouTube channel? Very cool story. Maybe he was distracting you so you wouldn't be so fearful. Love this story. This is so sweet. Cool story. That is lovely. Cool, neat story. Could your dad have had more than one friend named Tony? A wonderful tale, mi amigo. Had to upvote past 666. UDA real MVP. That is such a wonderful memory for you. I hope you smile and feel loved whenever you remember it. 3.